Hi there everyone, Laurie Barraco here, and I'd love to share with you my predictions for the week of February 7, 2021. And I am using the Rider-Waite deck this week. And if you have inquired over the last couple of weeks why, wondering why I hadn't used my Gilded Royale Tarot, it's because it was not in that location when I was sharing my prediction. So I'm at my home and I'm using my Rider-Waite. Alrighty, so I'm going to give my cards a little bit of a shuffle. One's already popping out, so we'll put that one to the side, give the cards a little bit of a shuffle, and we'll see what comes up for this week for all of us as a collective. Okay, so it does look like we will start to see some breakthroughs with some of the resistance and some of the challenges and the holding patterns that we have been in over the last 8 months, which is what I'm hearing. So first we have the one that popped out, which is the Five of Pentacles reversed. We have the Eight of Swords, and then we have the Two of Pentacles. So the message for this week is a reminder too that how we view these challenges and these holding patterns most certainly have an impact on how long we're in those spaces, right? We can also see these holding patterns or the resistance as an opportunity to review things, right? To take a look at why, and ask ourselves, why am I in this holding pattern? Why am I hitting these roadblocks? What is going on? And is it really a roadblock? Or is it a situation where Spirit is trying to protect me and to guide me and to hold me back, which we may think is being held back, but in reality that we may be rushing the process, right? We may be so excited about things that we're overlooking certain steps. We may be rushing into a scenario that is not for our highest and best good. That is a big one that happens many times, right? So we will start seeing breakthroughs though, results of the efforts we've put forth and the hard work, right? And the dedication and diligence to our path and our crafts. Now, the one that really does stand out though is this Eight of Swords. The mind is such a powerful thing. And often the mind is hijacked by the negative ego, meaning our fears, our concerns, our worries. So let's be mindful of this, right? And when we see when we're experiencing the breakthrough, what are our thoughts around it? Are we still going back to the challenge and bringing ourselves back in alignment with that challenge, right? So yes, we may see things start to fall into place, but then we may sabotage it with our thoughts, our mind, our fears, our worries, our concerns, and our bitterness that we go back to the reference point of the memory of the energy. We're back in that energy of that frustration. So let's be mindful of that. And then the Two of Pentacles encourages us to go with the flow, to try to bring our focus in on our awareness in the present moment and keep the forward momentum going. All right. So, I feel like this week has tons of blessings in it. And, I will also be mindful of myself and my thoughts of when I am going back, bringing myself back and aligning to the past energies of frustration, disappointment, and unfinished business. Okay, so Spirit's trying to pull us along. Come on, guys. Spirit's like, come on, let's go. And we are still in the places as a collective, I do want to mention this. We are still in the place as a collective of shifting the consciousness, right? So the overall overarching theme has to do with not being greedy, not receiving only for the self alone, to think about other people, to take other people's feelings into consideration, to not live in lack consciousness, not live in fear, to embrace our uniqueness, to not be envious, to not be in competition, to honor other people's feelings and their journeys and try not to control people, to try to let go of control. If someone thinks differently, that's okay. We don't have to prove otherwise to them, right? So the minute that we start shifting the collective from a negative belief system, which is heavier belief, fear, envy, greed, lack, all those things. When we start shifting from here to more of in balance with, let me look at where I have control, what I'm putting into the collective, what belief systems, what feelings, what intentions am I putting into the collective? Is it a positive outlook? Is it trying to not put fear, jealousy, envy, lack consciousness, insecurity into the collective? Let's take a look and be responsible with ourselves and our actions. And it doesn't mean you have to be perfect, because nobody's perfect. We all have our stuff. But if the majority of us took more responsibility for our thoughts, beliefs, actions, inactions, and investigated and looked within, like, why is that bothering me? What's going on within me? What can I control, and how can I shift that so I can have a better experience? So I can get more joy and fulfillment and thrive in my life, right? I'm going to not worry so much about the other guy and girl and gal. I'm going to look more towards here. I'm going to take more to spend more time in inner inventory and look at things and how I can shift myself. And why am I not happy? What's going on? And maybe I am happy, right? So I know that we're still working on shifting it. Things have changed significantly over the last 3 months. I am going to say that. From a psychic level, as a professional intuitive, for a very long time, with a substantial client base, I kind of know some psychic stuff here. And I'm not saying that in ego. And I have been observing with my clients and my staff and friends and family and all of the people that come into the centers for sessions and healing and emails. I'm telling you, the collective has shifted significantly since the last 3 months, from a lower fear, lack, consciousness, worry, fear, anxiety, unhealed wounds, and it's shifting. It's starting to come up more into balance. And as a collective, it's a really beautiful thing for all of us, okay? Because if it affects one, if it affects all. Alrighty, thank you so much for tuning in. I look forward to seeing you soon. I am Laurie Barraco. Namaste.